G'day, it's Glenn here from Precision Wealth Management. I want to do a quick video today answering the question, is $2 million enough to retire? Now, the reason I answer this question in this video is because this is a common Google search at the moment. So, is $2 million enough to retire on? Well, the answer is yes. Of course it is. But the answer in a far more detailed answer would be maybe. And the reason for that is everyone's desires around what they want in retirement are different. And they're probably different based on the lifestyle you become accustomed to throughout your working life. So if somebody's on a very high income and they're accustomed to expensive holidays and nice cars, then they may well say that $2 million isn't enough to retire on because that is not going to achieve the lifestyle expectations that they want throughout retirement. If we do a very simple sort of retirement plan, so this is how much money we've got, and we say 2 million, and this is somebody's retirement. Let's say they're 60 now, and we'll call it 30 years. So out to 90 years of age. And we did a retirement plan to say, we've got $2 million in financial assets, draw that down to zero at age of 90. How much can I draw per annum from that to get me to 90 years of age? Well, to answer that, we need to make an assumption around what earning rates we're going to be getting on our investment and what inflation rate we're going to get on our investment. So I'll make some assumptions around that, and we can say that with $2 million, you could roughly draw about $115,000 per annum, increasing with inflation throughout 30 years of retirement. And that would take your $2 million to $0 after 30 years. $115,000 a year for most people would be a fairly comfortable retirement. Perhaps it's not for everyone though. First thing we'd ask is, this is $2 million in financial assets, do you have a house as well? Because if you've got a house and you're not paying rental expenses, well, that's a big impact in retirement. And then you say, well, if you do have a house, does the house require a lot of ongoing maintenance and costs? It might be an acreage property. Or is the house worth a lot of money and you're going to downsize and potentially add to your $2 million of retirement assets as well? Now, this is a very basic drawdown plan of a retirement, and people in their 80s probably are not spending $115,000 a year, but perhaps people in their 60s want to be spending more than $115,000 a year. So what you could actually be doing is, say, in the first 10 years of retirement, drawing down at a much quicker rate, maybe $200,000 a year, having a really travel-full first 10 years of retirement where you're spending a lot of money. It may be that over that first 10 years, you spend a lot of money on a four-wheel drive and caravan to travel Australia. You might be doing expensive cruises, overseas trips in first class, all these sorts of things. And you may spend $200,000 a year in those first 10 years, dropping your assets down fairly quickly. At that point going forward though, you're going to need to drop the rate you're drawing down significantly. But that could be okay, because at this point in you're 70 years old, your travel may slow down, your expenses may slow down, and also the way the age pension system works, it rewards you for spending a lot of your money, and if you get your assets down to a point that's below the threshold, you may start getting some age pension as well. So in this instance, it could be that you draw $200,000 in the first 10 years, have a really good time while you're fit and able to, and then from 70 to 90, your expenses might drop down to, say, $70,000 or $80,000 a year when you're no longer traveling as much. So to answer the question, is $2 million enough to retire on? Absolutely it is. Is it right for everyone? Maybe not. People that want a very lavish retirement with expensive cars, expensive travel, maybe be very generous to family and charities, may need $3 million or $4 million. Likewise, people could be very happy with an amount of, say, $1 million, knowing that, similar to here, they could spend a bit in the first 10 years and then get the age pension to supplement a lower income going forward. Everyone is different. If you want advice around your retirement planning, please get in touch.